India is set to push for the inclusion of temporary trade-related intellectual property rights waiver for COVID-related medical products at the WTO, despite being a major COVID-19 vaccine producer. A source said that the government is in touch with the domestic vaccine producers and the pharmaceutical industry. The source said, and I quote, "We have consulted our domestic industry, especially the companies that may lose their patent benefits once the TRIP waiver is agreed upon, and they are on board." Although our situation has changed since the TRIPS proposal was made in October 2020, we will continue to push for a waiver as we represent all developing nations and LCDs that need access to cheap medical products to tackle the pandemic. Unquote. Bharat Biotech's Covaxin, which is India's first indigenously developed COVID-19 vaccine, got the WHO nod earlier this month. Pune-based Genova Biopharma and Hyderabad-based Biological E are also manufacturing the vaccines. India is insisting that the WTO's COVID-19 response package must include provisions on a temporary waiver of TRIPS obligations, as mentioned in a proposal by India and South Africa. The proposal has been co-sponsored by 64 WTO members and has the backing of many more nations. The source said that voluntary licenses and compulsory licenses have been inadequate for providing affordable healthcare for COVID-19. This stand is important as it comes days before trade ministers of G20 countries meet in Switzerland from the 30th of November to the 3rd of December. The ministers are expected to talk about various multilateral issues, and the TRIPS waiver is the most contentious one. Well, what is the TRIPS waiver anyway? Well, India and South Africa sought a temporary waiving of TRIPS norms for COVID-19 vaccines and other related medical products during the pandemic last October at the WTO. TRIPS is a multilateral agreement on intellectual property rights such as copyright, industrial designs, patent, and protection of undisclosed information or trade secrets. India, South Africa, and others are looking to ease the IP rights on vaccines, medicines, and other products that can treat and contain COVID-19. The proposal says that the waiver should be in force for at least 3 years to ensure that manufacturing can be viable and feasible. This proposal has gained a lot of support from developing countries, but developed countries have resisted the idea. Eventually, some nations like the US said that they will support the waiver for the vaccines only, but they made no concrete moves in this direction. The WTO has had several discussions on the matter over the past year, but no consensus has been reached so far.